are live yet again. Here we are coming back at you with, I believe, session 7. Yes, maybe. Or 8. One or the other. You guys will find out when I rename this episode.
7.
To correct it.
It's 7. It's 7, because I checked it last times and it was 6.
Okay, cool. Then I was right. Session 7. So we're going to start out like we usually do. And does anybody remember what happened last time?
I just listened to the recording, so I'm going to let somebody else answer.
Yeah, well, so did one.
Well, I missed a lot of what happened. Well,
he wasn't listening. He was like,
I wasn't listening.
Oh, I remember.
Mm-hmm.
She went on a date.
Trying not to.
Who is she?
Rebecca's character, who I forget the name of.
Good job.
We learned that they don't have sheets or blankets in the future, and people were sad.
That's right.
That's true, we did.
Sad. Instead, at night, you get sprayed with a thin layer of mucus.
No,
It's not actually mucus. It's a gel. And then it burns off overnight, so that in the morning, there's no residue. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. No blankets for anybody. You guys can suffer.
Ew. I liked it better when it was not like that.
Well, you know...
Isn't Rebecca, like, all made out of plant? Or, like, can... Like, it wasn't just a plant-based glue on her neck, but, like, her whole body has plant stuff in it or something?
Yeah, you guys did learn something along those lines.
Because we were kind of worried about her being a, I don't know, Last of Us type of infection about to happen.
A zombie?
I think. A zombie!
Well, I don't know.
She and I are zombies.
Worried about that.
No, not really.
But yeah. So why don't we try? Let's try to keep this in a little bit of a sensible order, because right now you guys have me confused, and I know what happened last time. So Anna, try to think back to the beginning of last session and go in order this time. What was kind of the first thing that happened? I'll give you a hint. It rhymes with hopping.
Right. I finished shopping.
Uh-huh.
And I came back, and Rebecca's character, what's the name?
Kima.
Let me see. Kima. There we go. Kima had already left because she's lame and didn't think that I was going to pick out good clothes. So I was upset about that. So I went into her room and shredded, well, all of the clothes she had left, which wasn't anything. So I found some magazines and burned them in the middle of the room.
Plant? I'm pretty sure you killed her plant. Oh no, she took the plant with her to give to May. So you didn't kill the plant. That's right.
Yeah, no, she didn't have anything. So I found some magazines. Probably.
And you found like the little
and I burned them.
Soaps and shampoos from the
Didn't Sparky wear a maid's outfit?
Yeah. Yeah, so I burned those.
After the
yes.
shopping trip, didn't what's his name wear? And you tried to make me wear a dress or something, and I lost a bet. I said Sparky earlier, but nobody was listening to me.
Yeah, Sparky.
I know he's Sparky.
Yeah, I got Sparky the cutest maid outfit so that he can impress his girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, tried to get Wreckage to wear a dress, and he was again too lame. And then Kima went on a date, and it went really well, and they saw a ton of water stuff, and it was super cool and pretty, and then not pirates attacked them.
Yeah, so, and I do have a quick retcon. Last time I said it was 3 figures who came out. It is actually 4 figures who came out of the hatch. And they were all wearing leather motorcycle jackets with the letters SAM embroidered on the back. Yeah, so that more or less...
Satan's Antarctic Martyr Gang? What? Just kidding.
So that gets us more or less caught up. Yes?
I was stalking them, right?
Yes, so that's what I was about to ask, if you'd like to let people know what you were doing while all that was going on.
Yes.
So,
yes. I'm stalking them.
Yes.
And probably definitely filming them with commentary.
Yeah.
How did we miss this? We're so unobservant.
Well,
You
Anna
should start rolling
actually has a
perception
pretty
checks
decent
every 10
stealth.
minutes.
I know, but she talks to her camera all the time.
Well,
Well, no,
she
but the
an
thing is, since I'm an android, I can just talk in my head.
That's true.
And it dubs over the video. That is
Yep.
so cool. I need that.
You do need that. Then we wouldn't have to listen to you monologue all the time.
Aww.
All right, so that gets us pretty well caught up. Kimo, would you like to go a little bit over your date just to let people know kind of what happened there if they aren't up to speed?
She was running late, so I went to the Korean store and bought stuff and a fish, and I gave her the fish, and I gave her the stuff, and we broke the soda bottle, and she took me to a super cool water place, and I had a flashback, and we kissed and figures.
Okay, yeah, that
On the left.
Clear as mud.
I don't know. Yeah, you know, if you don't know what's going on, then shame on you. Go listen to the last episode. That's your fault. All right, I think we're
It's
good to
on
go.
the internet, people.
I feel discouraged to listen to the last episode because every time I do, you're like, you can't say nothing because you did this.
Nah, that was just last time. So I think we're good to go. So let's go ahead and resume from where we left off. Boop. So you guys are on an island. Can you guys see? Can everybody see? I just need to make sure I didn't set something up wrong.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
There is an
I can
island.
see.
Right,
Oh my gosh!
I don't know what Rebecca.
One of them is Trump.
So there
Oh my
is-
God!
There is the
It's
hatch.
Trump, and there's the bully kid from Home Alone. There's a little kid that looks kind of like my boss.
Yep. You guys might recognize these particularly nefarious-looking individuals from another instance. They may or may not have been abusing a turtle.
Yeah. Still mad about that.
Yeah.
Bullies.
So here is the tree that you touched, Kima, before you had your flashback, and down here is
You need to
the
charge
hatch
your phone
that
or
you
what?
came out of, just to kind of orient yourself. And so you were just kissing with May when you heard the squeaking of the hatch opening up, and out popped those four people. And the leader of them, a kind of older-looking guy with gray in his hair and a terrible spray tan, seems to be taking the lead. And he goes, "Hey, look what we got here! We got ourselves a couple of aliens! Gay aliens, too! Look, they're kissing and they're both girls! What do you think about that, boys?" And the other...
You're so stupid.
the three in the back
This makes me think of the boy from It.
the three in the back immediately start laughing and hefting their chains and batons that they're carrying and going, "Yeah, boss, look at them two. They looks like they needs a teaching a lesson. Why don't we teach them a lesson,
Is it just me or did Thomas cut out?
I did not purpose.
Just you.
Can you still hear me?
Oh, okay.
Can you hear
Well,
me?
now I can, but I totally missed pretty much all of that.
Oh. Yeah, basically...
Well, everybody else heard it, so they were just being...
I figure they're just being terrible.
Yes.
Yeah, they're just...
Garbage monsters.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're just talking about how Kima and May are aliens, and then being very homophobic.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Yeah, more or less.
Are they recognizable as the same bullies from before?
If you're asking if you would recognize them, I don't see how. And these are not like physically like outside of the game. metadata.
Mm-hmm.
No, they are not physically the same human beings.
Okay, cool.
That would be weird.
Or are they?
Well, since we woke up from that game into this game, I just didn't know if it was going to be one of those like Wizard of Oz types of things. So that's why I was asking.
Because Rex was having the dream that those aliens were in, or humans, as you would have it.
Wait. Okay, I really need to go back and watch this. I have clearly missed something. You guys woke up from the other game into this game?
Yes!
I told you over and over to watch this.
I haven't had time!
You really do need to watch them. This doesn't make a whole lot of sense without it.
No, it
You were
doesn't.
dreaming in that game, and woke up in this game, not remembering who you were.
So people would recognize these guys because they were from the other game that he woke up from, and so it's like,
Inception!
Dun dun dun. Yeah, no. You don't get any weird flashbacks of remembering being a fox and seeing these guys or anything like
Cool.
that, if that answers your question.
Thank you.
Yeah, so, they kind of start to spread out a little bit, and the leader comes up and goes, "So, what do you think you're doing up here, huh? The puddles ain't for the likes of you. In fact, Absalom ain't for the likes of you. You frickin' aliens. You going around spreading your pronk and dumbness, being aliens and crap. I don't want you on this station. You all better get right out of here if y'all know what's good for you."
He's going to build the wall.
Right, I built a space wall. Space wall around space. I'll run and build around the whole of space. And you get outside your base. You hear me? Why is you laughing at me? You ain't funny, I'm talking to you. What you gotta say for yourself, you freaking green weirdo?
And I'm not there. I'm not actually there, so I can't even help.
Okay.
Alright. Are we ready to do a little bit of role play again?
No, Rebecca's dead.
She's broken. I took full responsibility. I broke it.
Where am I picking up from?
Build a space wall.
Well, we're not looking for any trouble, so I suppose we'll just be on our way then.
You sure about that? 'Cause on the way, and he moves up again, means right off the station. And I'ma follow you all the way out to the leaving platform where the spaceships come and go from, 'cause I'm a smart man who knows what that's called. And you better listen to me, 'cause you're gonna leave, and your girlfriend's gonna leave, or I'm gonna kick your pronkin' patooties right till Tuesday afternoon.
I'm gonna punch him in the face, but I can't remember the website to pull up my character sheet.
Oh, it's herolab.online.
Right. Got it.
Also, if you're gonna attack him, I'll give you a surprise round, but from that after that, you're going to need a initiative roll. And Speedy Die, just let me know when you decide the situation calls for your presence, and I'll add you to the map.
Yep, I will.
She should have a cloaking device. She cloaks herself.
That'd be cool.
Follow us around. And then she could be a sneaky person for us.
I already am a sneaky person. What are you talking about?
Also, Speedy Die is a they, not a she.
Up. Don't assume my gender.
Oh, there we go. Too much. Okay, so for the surprise round, my melee attack is / roll d20 plus 5. Ha! Got it.
Yeah, even if he wasn't
Although
flat-footed, that would be enough to hit him. Now, are you just punching him, or are you injecting him with your gauntlet?
No, I'm just punching him. I'm not injecting anything.
Okay, so, roll for damage then.
1 second. Does the crit work differently in this game?
Yes,
it
does. So normally each weapon has its own critical effect. Rather than just doubling damage, usually it'll be something like lasers will cause burning damage and other different side effects. I don't know that a unarmed attack has a crit, but you could check.
I'm not. It's not unarmed because it's the pain claw. I'm using the pain claw. I'm just not injecting him.
Oh, so you're just like stabbing him or slashing him.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's a little bit more extreme than I was expecting, because that is lethal damage. I will point out.
All right. I won't.
I mean,
you probably don't want to kill the guy in front of your girlfriend, but
he seems stupid enough. I'll just punch him in the face. So I rolled a 19, but I'm not sure if I add anything to it because here we go. Okay, so damage is a D3
-1.
-1 B.
Blunt or bludgeoning, however you want to put it.
Okay.
So I will point
See,
out,
this seems totally pointless because it's going to do like 2 damage, which is why I was going to punch him with the claw.
Yeah, but if you're punching with the claw, you're not punching. You're piercing and slashing him.
Alright.
But yes, unarmed attacks in this game are largely more about, I don't know, bustering than actual damage. But it makes sense. You're in the future with space armor. I mean, punching someone, how much good is that actually going to do? Alright, so you punch him for 1 damage.
Yep.
So you punch him, he kind of like reels back.
Maybe it was just the light.
I have no idea what you just said, Wayne.
He said that I had a bruise on my forehead.
Oh,
and I got up and I looked in the mirror and I can't find a bruise, so he said maybe it was just the light.
Okay.
We were trying to keep all of that off the recording, but...
Well, Wayne was just too loud. Yes, you just punch him. And he reels back in surprise, not expecting an attack. And May, next to you, kind of like... She gasps slightly. Go ahead and give me a sense motive, though.
Here we go.
That is still a thing.
Sense motive is a -1.
This will be wonderful.
Yeah, right?
You roll a 1 and get a 0 on sense motive.
Oh, 8! That's awesome! Yes!
Okay. So, yeah, she seems pretty surprised by the fact that you just, like, punched this guy out of nowhere. It doesn't seem like she's super used to conflict. So, anyway,
I
reels...
offered to leave nicely, and he got up in my grill. So.
So he reels.
I actually have no idea what that means, but I know it means close to you. So.
Well, your grill is your mouth. And so
okay, well, he was in my face, so yeah, close enough, I guess.
That's basically what it means. He got up in your face. It's just another word for it. Grill specifically is meaning the mouth, but whatever.
Close enough.
And so he
I used it right. Good gummy.
You did. So he reels back, and then you see him kind of just like stand up again, and he pulls a combat knife out of his belt. And he looks back at you and he says, "You hit like a girl, little girl. Now, I'm going to give you one more chance before this gets real ugly." And he kind of like starts working the end of the knife against one of his fingers. And he gets kind of...
I'm going to like pop my cocaine claws out to where it's obvious and kind of do that like cat pose and be like, "Oh, thank you for the compliment."
All right.
Because girls hit the best.
Okay, then you're going to roll for initiative at this point. So, please to be making me an initiative roll.
Okay, initiative I'm decent at. Let's see how this goes.
Well, he just got a 23.
Ah, dang it! I could have beat that, but I rolled another 8!
Alright, so they are definitely going to be going first. I should roll real quick for your friend there. So give me just a second to pull up her initiative, because I don't remember what it is.
I have a decent bonus, and I still can't roll worth... What? Nah.
Should be easy to find.
Yeah, because Thomas is so good with the internet that he can psychically control it to make sure that I roll terribly.
Yeah, I can. Where is the initiative bonus listed?
It is... Alright, it's under combat. It's the top on my right. It's like right under speed on my screen.
I got it. Alright, yeah, she got an 11, so she's going after you even. Alright, so, they're going to be going first. So, the guy in the lead is going to attack you with his knife, obviously.
This is going to go so well.
Yep. And let's see, what has he got? He's got his knife. Does a 5 is not going to hit you. So, next up, this guy is going to move over here, this guy is going to move up here, and this one is going to move over here, and we're going to get 3 more attacks. Alright, so we got a 16, a 14, and an 8. The 16 is against May. Let me see if that hits.
Am I looking at EAC or KAC?
It depends on the attack. In this case, the weapons that they're using are all KAC. KAC is kinetic AC, cool. So that's going to be for like physical attacks, bullets, clubs, swords.
And when would I use KAC plus 8?
That is what they replaced the combat maneuver defense with.
Oh, okay,
So if someone tries to grapple you, rather than having a CMD, it's just going to be KAC plus 8.
Okay, cool. I think I got it. So now when you tell me what their rolls are, I can tell you whether it hits or not.
Cool. Does a 14 hit your KAC?
No.
Okay, then the 3 of them move up, swinging wildly at you, flailing around with chains. This guy here actually manages to hit his friend next to him for 2 hit points of damage with his chain.
Yeah,
Hey,
so
it hit me
stupid.
in the eyeball. Sorry, Daryl. Hey, not it again, or I'll get your frickin' legs off. Didn't mean it, Daryl. I'm so sorry. And yeah, just complete failure to do anything. Because they rolled awfully. And the leader goes, "Y'all need to get back into the swing of things. Beating up aliens is what we do best, my friends. Why is y'all failing so spectacularly? Oi, sorry, boss. We'll do better in the future. We will." Yeah, and you notice, despite the reluctance that May showed earlier during the initiation of combat as you punched totally not Trump in the face, she seems to have dodged their attacks with a lithe fluidity that you probably weren't expecting from an untrained combatant. So that'll bring it around to her turn. She is going to pull
Isn't it my turn first? Because I got...
Oh, that's right. Sorry, I was thinking that you had gone... Yeah, I was thinking of your surprise round. You're right. So it is now your turn. And then her turn. My bad.
Cool. So now I'm going to use the pain claw. With...
And punch him in the pain hole!
The...
Do you have a fake swear word for the male genitalia yet, Wayne?
Somewhere. We need the fake swear word, Wayne.
While he's doing that, would you like to roll your attack with the pain claw?
Oh, here we go. The sedative.
How about globules?
Damn it!
I kind of like the sound of the word globule. Is it hard to understand what I said, or?
I don't know. I'm not sure whether you're saying globule or lobule or what, so I figure if you type it. There you go. Globules.
Globules.
1d4 non-lethal damage.
I don't know. That sounds too scientific. Maybe like the globlobs?
The globlobs? I like the globlobs. That's a good one. Good mix up, guys. Okay.
I made a whole dictionary of swear words and then lost it.
All right.
I need to make a new one.
There you go. There's your first word for your new one. She's gonna stab him right in the globlobs.
Alright, so I got a 20 on attack.
Yeah, that.
And a 6 on damage.
Okay.
And then
sedative.
Let's see. A tier 1 sedative is 1d4 non-lethal damage. When suffering from... Okay, so I think just 1d4 of non-lethal damage.
Yep, so just add 1d4 to it.
So,
nice.
4.
So that's a total of 10?
I don't remember what I said earlier because I rolled it on the screen and then it went away when I clicked the next thing. So yes, we're going with 10.
Cool. Yeah, so are you in fact stabbing him right in the globlobs?
Oh yes, because he's a giant globlob.
Well, that's the dangly bits. We need to come up with a part for the other part. We need to come up with a name for the other part. But yeah, he's a pronkin' fool. Do you want to have do you have a witty one-liner you'd like to shout off before you do so?
Not tonight. My brain's not working that well.
Okay. So you're just like, how do you like these apples or something? I don't know. And then stab him in his globs.
She should say something about making sure his stupidity is not passed on to the next generation.
There we go.
Your family line ends here, boyo. Because that sounds exactly like Kima. In nature, we have this idea of survival of the fittest. You, sir, are not the fittest. And stab him in the globlobs.
There you go. That works much better.
Yeah, so he is totally fine after taking 10 points of damage. Yeah, he's not fine.
I was like, no!
So yeah, you stab him right in the globlobs, and he just like... also from sideways. This guy runs over. Oi, boss boy! You felon! You've been stabbed in the globlobs! It's terrible, boss! What have you done to our friend? How could you be so cruel, you horrible woman? Yes, crazy woman of worse repute than the words that are coming, and they're slowly dragging him away. Unless
you guys sure are making it easy to be gay.
So they're dragging him away.
You're gonna be like laughing and like
There's a good witty reply.
Don't you be thinking this is over.
Also,
we'll be back. We'll
I'm a little offended by your representation of the Irish.
Our fallen leader.
You should be offended of my representation of any like remotely human-esque creature. Like, it's all awful. You know, it's a reflection of my soul. And clearly what is in there is not great. But yeah, so they're like, we'll be back. Just you wait. We'll be getting revenge upon you for the horrible mutations that you've put, for the horrible crime you've committed against boss here. We're gonna be back.
At least he won't be making any more mutants.
Don't you wait. This is the future. We have prosthetic penises. Or globlobs. We'll be replacing him in no time.
Doesn't mean you can make kids.
You freaking space witch! You regret your choices in life, being an alien and all. You know, your birth species is a choice.
Yeah, that's a choice.
I refuse to think about my life choices. I am going down this hole now, face first, because that's the way smart people go down into portholes. We'll be back! Revenge! And they go down.
They can just make test
probably like giggling
from
at this
DNA
point,
from
but not like too
body.
much giggling.
Yeah. So, would you like to give me a spot hidden, or whatever that's called in Starfinder?
Perception?
Yeah, do you have perception? Yes, you do.
That's gonna go well.
It's a +6. Or no.
It's a -1!
Sorry, I'm looking at somebody else.
The +6.
Hey, at least I got a 13.
Okay. So as you're turning away from them, you know, you're just like, your vision is a little bit blurred from the tears that are coming out of your eyes from laughing your absolute ass off at these guys. We also, Wayne, come up with a fake word for a patootie, because we need another fake word for that now. But anyway, and so, you know, it's a little hard to see things, but as you turn back to May, you're pretty sure you catch just a slight metallic glint kind of down near her sleeve, which just, you know, you almost spot it and then it disappears. And so you're not 100% sure it was there.
Nah. As long as she was not planning to use it on me, we're good. I don't think she was, or she would have already done that. I was laughing
Wayne, what's our word?
my ding off.
Badonk-a-donk.
That's a real word. We can't use that.
That's why I said ding. It's close enough.
I think ba-ding-ding is the word we needed for the other part of the male genitalia. So, Wayne, add that as the long part of the male genitalia. I like ba-ding-ding.
He's such a ba-ding-ding!
So, like, you stabbed him in his blob-lobs because he was such a ba-ding-ding and he totally deserved it.
I like it! I'd beat marshmallow.
So anyway, May kind of like looks you up and down for a second after you turn back, and then she goes, "Huh. Perhaps I was a little bit hasty in warning you of the dangers of this area. It sure seems that my little Kima can take care of herself. Kitty's got claws and all that."
My little Kima.
So I'm gonna kind of like flush and do the little like cute face and go, "Oh, not really." I'd say beginner's luck, but
yeah. Well, just do be careful. The not level 21 crew, the other ones. The Downside Kings are on a whole other level from these jokers. I don't think you're gonna get through them quite as easily. So she kind of comes over towards you.
So I'm gonna like.
Go ahead.
So, like, as she comes towards me, like, after she says that, I'm gonna, like, kind of grab her by the hips, pull her towards me, and, like, not, like, aggressively lean in, but, like, lean in, offering a kiss, and I say, I will absolutely be careful.
So, she does go in, and she says, "You'd better," and goes in for the kiss. It goes on for a couple of seconds, and then she kind of pulls away, and she says, "Is that a crystal in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me?" And you feel something in your pocket that wasn't there before.
WTF? I'm gonna check my pocket.
Okay, so as you make the most adorably confused face ever, she giggles at you, and you pull out of your pocket a spell ampule. And she says, "This might come in handy. It's a spell ampule with invisibility infused into it."
Oh yeah.
So basically, what it is,
thank you.
Is spell ampules allow you to. They're kind of like potions, from Pathfinder. Except science fiction, because of course this is Starfinder. And so you can use it untrained, and it basically just gives you a single use of the invisibility spell. And if you check your character sheet, being the sneaky GM that I am, it's actually already in there, almost like she had snuck it into your pocket.
Dun dun dun!
Figure out where the
Should be under gear. Specifically magical gear.
I don't trust this guy. He sneaks things in pocket.
I like this girlfriend. She sneaks stuff into my pocket.
So once you're done being surprised with that, she goes back in for the kiss again. What are you up to, Speedy Die?
Laughing, for one thing.
Are you just like floating off in the water somewhere with just like your eyeballs above the water and your little camera above your face?
Yes.
He's pretending they are pretending to be the turtle.
Yes, I am the turtle. I am turtle.
You are turtle.
Yes. Yeah. So I'm laughing, definitely. I don't know. At this point, like, I'm not even sure if I should break up their date. But I probably will anyways. So I'm gonna run up onto the island.
Okay.
And
you
with
have a character now, by the way, so you can move
cool.
yourself.
All right. I'm a run up to the island. And I have a fake microphone that doesn't actually do anything, but it makes me feel cool. So I'm going to run up and shove that in Kima's face. and I'm going to be like a reporter, and I'm going to be like, so Kima, how does it feel to have defeated those? Or is that Badinkadinks?
Yes. The
Wayne, you were supposed to write
stuff.
it down. Did you write it down, Wayne?
I did.
Okay, what was
Is
the word?
correct?
Yeah, it's a bading-ding.
Bading-ding.
Bading-ding. There. How does it feel to have beaten up those Bading-dings?
How the bleep did you even get here?
Pronk.
I've been writing on that.
That's the F word. So how the pronk did you even get here?
I was going to use the H word.
Oh.
But I don't think we have a word for that.
Not yet. Wayne?
I'll work on it. I'm sorry. Like I said, I made a whole dictionary.
Did you even get here?
It's not the important question, but I mean, that turtle over there is not a real turtle. So, how does it feel? All right, I'm going to look over at her girlfriend and be like, how does it feel to know that your girlfriend just beat up those badinkadicks? And I'm going to shove the microphone in her face now.
Oh, you're the android from the bar? I think I've seen
Yes,
one.
very famous android.
Oh, of course you recognize me. I am the one and only Spewdie, and this is my channel. And I'm going to kind of like motion to my robot, which is filming them. I'll be like, and all my adoring fans want a one-on-one interview with you. Yeah, this is live. So I've got a couple questions here. This one is from Joe.
If you were stalking us, you could have at least scared those guys off before they interrupted us.
Are you kidding? I didn't see them until they were like on top of you, and at that point, what's the fun in that? Anyways, you handled yourself. All right, so back to questions. Joe
you handle yourself.
Joe the Squiddly 200 wants to know, will you go out with him?
The gender just excluded that.
Okay, well, sorry, Joe, the whatever your face. All right, so Panda25, he wants to know, are all of your parts real?
That's not for me. That's obviously for you. Beauty die.
Nope. I think, well, okay. By the way, yes, all of my parts are real. All right, and Mom wants to know, where are you? Sorry, that question is for me. Ignore that one. Yeah, I think we're going to stop going to fan questions. These next ones are a little bit too much even for my questions. So, how did the date go?
Bye.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna like put my arm around her and head towards the exit.
Whomp. And you guys.
What was that?
Alright, Speedy Die.
Yes.
So,
I'm on an island alone.
yes, you are. And another message pops up, and it says, "Oh, never mind. I figured it out." From Mom, by the way. I should have said that. Another message from Mom. "Oh, never mind. I figured it out. See you soon, sweetie."
Yeah, okay.
You should probably leave.
I'm gonna turn to my camera and be like, all right, so this is Spewdy Die signing out. I'll see you on the next time around the station.
That's your
gonna turn it off.
That's your thing now. That's the way you end every episode. Is I'll see you on the next time around the station.
Yes. And I turn off my camera, and I'm going to run quickly back to the hotel to try to get the whole like investigation thing moving faster, so that we can, get the spaceship and leave.
Okay, Kima, would you like to wrap up with me? I'm gonna put you back on the map, even though you're actually in a hallway now. I don't think I have a hallway map, do I? Here, I'll just put you here.
Have we released the fish thing? Was she gonna release that here? I don't think I figured it out yet.
Oh, That's right. Okay, so you wait. You see, you're like around a corner. That actually works perfectly. You're around a corner and you see Speedy Die just like bolting, just like running all out down the hallway, looking rather concerned, which is very unusual for Speedy Die. And then you guys, once he's safely away, you make your way back up. All right.
Okay.
So you guys are back up. Is he a friend of yours? Do you know that android? Oh, sorry. Let me fix that. Are they a friend of yours? Do you know that android?
He's more like a parasite that's somewhat useful.
Oh. I almost
So
made...
technically, yes, I know him.
You know,
It's
Kima,
they.
you might know a little bit something about a parasite that's semi-useful, but beside the point. I mean, you might have one growing in your brain. We haven't fully fleshed
We
it out.
don't know.
No, she doesn't know. But I thought I'd point out the irony of that comment.
Yes. So technically, yeah, I know them.
They seem energetic and
That's an excellent way to describe them, and stupid, but yeah.
I wouldn't say stupid. You know, those hollow tubers, they're enthusiastic and they project an air of confidence, but I don't know. It usually seems a little bit put on.
Yeah, less stupid than the guys we saw earlier.
Yeah, no, I've had run-ins with the strong Absalom movement before. Those... Wait, word for the long part?
Ba-ding ding.
Ding, ding. There. Chat.
The tape.
Yeah, those beding
Where's Piper?
I've had run-ins with those beding
Because I just had it, but I couldn't.
And, yeah, they seem to think that Absalom is meant for humans only, and that all of us other races should just take a hike, I guess. It's sad to see that sort of speciesism still alive in this day and age.
Yeah, you'd have thought we would have all learned to live together by now, but
yeah, I mean, it's
some
obvious.
people just want to take every advantage for themselves.
And from humans of all people, the most boring species ever. And they're coming after
Yep.
Lashunta? I mean, we're clearly better than they are. Not to be specious, but we are.
I was about to say.
Sad. Well,
Well,
I guess...
if they give you any problems, just let me know. You can always message me or come find me.
Yeah. I'm hoping to be out of here before too much longer, but I hope we can stay in touch. I can't promise. Things might get a little bit unpredictable soon for me, but I'll try. I guess, should we let Mr. Bubbles go?
Yes, we should.
Okay. She goes over here. Alright, Mr. Bubbles, you have probably had a very short and very boring life, and for the 10 minutes you survive out there before something bigger eats you, as is the way of nature, be free! And she kind of just like throws the bag out there without opening it. Or no, it's a jar. She throws the jar out there without opening it. And then you like see this look on her face for like half a second before she realizes what she just did. One second, and she swims out there. She kind of comes back with it, splashes back onto shore after a couple of seconds. I thought it was gonna sink there for a second, and I'd never get it back. Oh, you are too distracting. Let's do this right now. And she she screws the lid off and very meaningfully pours it gently into the water. And you see Mr. Bubbles. He turns around. He looks at the both of you. He lets out a couple of little bubbles. He looks like he's saying thank you. He turns around and he just gets eaten immediately.
Aww.
And so just Bay just falls onto the ground, just laughing, just uncontrollably. And she goes, "Oh, it's a metaphor for life."
Yeah, basically.
I thought he'd make it at least a couple of minutes, but you turn around and you're gone.
As Qui-Gon Jinn once said.
Hey, at least he died happy.
As Qui-Gon Jinn once said, there's always a bigger fish.
There is, but you are not here. You are back at the hotel. Probably.
I was just commenting out of character because that's all I can do right now.
So I mean,
speaking of dying happy and life being unpredictable, would you like to come back to my hotel with me?
Oh my god!
But much smoother than that.
She
Make
looks
sure
at you.
Speedy Die doesn't follow.
Yeah. She looks at you and kind of raises one eyebrow, and then she just smiles and says, "I thought you'd never ask." And the camera kind of slow fades to black, and it fades back in, and we are in Wreckage's room. There are still piles of muffins everywhere.
What an unusual place! Cheers to go.
No, you two are not in there.
I know, that's why I was just teasing.
That would have been fun.
There are still piles of muffins everywhere, and Sparky is running around, or I should say, kind of like skittering around on his 6 little legs. He's somewhere acquired a feather duster. That definitely won't be included in your tab on the
replicator.
Replicator, yes, thank you. And he is dusting the muffins one at a time. And the camera slowly kind of like slides back toward the bedroom area, and Wreckage is on the bed, probably not whacking it, maybe not whacking it.
I'm not whacking it.
What are you up to, Wreckage?
Looking for porn to whack it with?
He
just hasn't got there yet.
There we go.
I'm just kidding. No. Let's say that I'm... What the heck was I even doing the last time? It's been so long since I've gotten to do anything.
You got back from shopping with Spewdy Die, and then from there, you're kind of up to your own devices. You hadn't said anything.
Okay. Well, I like to tinker with electronics and stuff. I'll say that I'm fiddling with a new modification or something. Okay. What's something I might be able to work on in my room?
Other than your robot?
Other than my robot.
I mean, as long as you have the UPBs, which are universal polymer bases, you can craft more or less anything. So it's up to you. You can go through...
I'm making explosives. That sounds like fun.
That is a thing that you could do. So a UPB is worth 1 credit, which is actually because 1 credit is worth 1 UPB. The galactic credit is tied to the value of a single universal polymer base. So those two will always be exchangeable at a rate of 1 to 1. So if you would like to exchange your credits for polymer bases, you can do so and create some explosives. That's perfectly reasonable.
Cool.
So, Spooty Die, you have rushed back to the hotel. You haven't seen May or Kima on your way. You're not 100% sure where they are, but you are now back at... well, actually, as you're rushing back, give me a perception check.
Okay. I have to find it. I just had it. Okay, here it is. Found it. 21 total.
Right. So out of the ducts above you and slightly in front of you, you hear laughing and voices. Do you listen further or just push past as fast as you can?
I am going to push past as fast as I can.
Okay. So all you hear is the antenna, and then nothing.
That's terrifying, and I'm already terrified. So,
all right.
I'm going to run to my room as quickly as possible.
Are you gonna hide in the closet and cry?
Shh! Don't tell my secrets.
So you've arrived back at the hotel. What is your next action?
Okay, I am going to go to my room and find the closet.
Okay. You have found the closet. It is not spacious.
I'm going to shove my head in the closet.
Okay, easily done. It is more than big enough for your head.
Okay, I'm going to shove as much of my body as I can in the closet.
Okay, all of you, but your left foot is now in the closet.
Cool. I am going to take my left foot off and put it in my back pocket.
All right. You successfully stow your left foot and slide the closet door closed.
I'm gonna cry for a bit.
Okay. Sounds good. So after a few more minutes, you hear out of the air vent in your room. You hear that laughing again.
I am...
The antenna knows not from whence the signal comes, or to where it goes. Merely it is a transponder, which allows one to listen in to the seismic waves of the universe. Oh, yes, indeed. It is very true. The antenna, it does not know. Bad Fuzzle has spoken.
I'm going to open the closet door, and I'm going to hobble out.
Okay.
And where's Kima's room?
It is on the other side of the building. So if you remember, the building is shaped like a Y. So it's got a base, and then it splits toward the top. But then the two splits kind of twist like a like DNA, basically. They go around. Yeah, you know that pattern.
Double helix.
Yeah,
yes.
That thing. And so
is the Y-shaped
since you guys have rooms that are on these upper floors, you actually have to go down and then up again to get to the other side, which is where Kima went.
Okay, is Wreckage's room closer?
Yes, Wreckage's room is on the same side as yours.
Cool. I'm gonna run to Wreckage's room and start banging on the door.
Okay, Wreckage. Now
he puts his pants back on.
No.
Yes.
No. But I think that I should be right in the middle of the most sensitive part of making a bomb.
And then all of a sudden, you're just right in the middle. You're just you're putting that wire on, and if you attach it wrong, it's going to immediately blow up in your face. And all of a sudden, just
Okay, so do I roll something to see if I jump?
No, you just like almost put it in wrong, and then you hear beep 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 beep, and then nothing, and you breathe again.
Yeah. What the hell do you want? I go to the door.
Yep. Do you open the door?
That door.
Okay.
I open the door.
Have you put your foot back on, or did you hop one-footed this entire way?
I hopped one-footed. My foot is still in my back pocket.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to shove myself into the room, kind of pushing past wreckage.
It's not hard.
/ jumping over top of him.
He's so short. You could just like go right.
You just walk over him.
Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of like jump over top of him, and I'm just gonna be like, "Hey, my buddy, my best buddy. So you look lonely, and so yeah, I was thinking, yeah, I'm gonna look over at Sparky and be like, "Hey, Sparky, I'm in the mood for some muffins."
Ooh, it is in the mood for muffins? Sparky is happy to give nice, friendly robot man muffins. I have chocolate chip, and I have blueberry, and Sparky also has, I don't know, whatever, poppy seed. You are...
Yeah. Can we have like a poppy seed muffin with a little bit of heroin in it?
That is the thing that Sparky can easily obtain for nice, friendly robot man.
Sparky.
Sparky's already like heading toward the replicator wreckage.
What are you doing here, PewDiePie?
Yeah, no, I
Stop your stammering.
I
smacked the robot in the face. Pull yourself together.
I instinctually, or yeah, no, not completely. Wait, are you just kidding that you smacked me? Like, I need to know whether or not you actually did that.
Also, how did you reach his face wreckage?
He jumped.
The smacking was a joke.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So he's over there, and he's just like, I thought you were lonely, and we just haven't really got to know one another, and we're going to be going on these giant adventures together. So I thought, bonding, right, man? Right? Please don't make me go back to my room alone.
Oh.
I'm going to do a sense motive.
Okay.
I got a 20.
Bluff.
Oh, okay. I have to log in. It kicked me out.
Depends on it.
What?
Ow.
Wow. 11.
Yeah, you're not very convincing.
Which is actually really bad because I have a +8 to bluff. I just rolled a 3.
Yeah.
Wow.
My ocular sensory grid is telling me that you look very frightened.
Sparky walks in.
And that's not normal for you, is it?
You sound like a nerdcaster. Ocular sensory grid, that is a thing that robots have. You are a flesh and blood creature of rat type. I don't know what you are talking about.
And I failed ocular sensory grid. Come on, it's okay for me to use that terminology.
You are being... you are
little
being
rat, no, big words.
You are being specious against robots. That is like a white person saying, "Yo, what up, my brother?" Anyway, here you are. This is a muffin that has a certain amount of heroin in it, if you would still like it.
Oh, man, yes, please. I grab it and I, shove it in my face.
Are you even able of metabolizing heroin?
Clearly he can metabolize drugs.
Yes, Sputidie can. Androids can metabolize drugs.
Yeah. So I have shoved it in my face. Yeah.
Why are you scared crapless?
not scared, right? Definitely not, because I heard terrifying voices, and there's a crazy woman who's trying to kidnap me, and my life is falling to pieces, and I hate myself. It's fine. I'm fine.
Hey, Beauty Die.
Yes.
I got something very... What the hell is that? And I look excited and point behind. Beauty Die.
I am terrified and jump behind Sparky. For Sparky to protect me. In his adorable little maid outfit.
Sparky just does like an R2-D2 scream where he's like, "Wow!" and also spins around. And like
That was perfect.
and starts firing lasers into the other side of your room, shooting your bombs, Wreckage. Sorry, everything you just worked on has been ruined.
I'm laughing hysterically anyway, because that was just too damn good. Oh, something really got you worked up.
It's fine. You know, that's fine. I don't need you anyways. I'm gonna start storming out of the room. Hobbling out of the room.
Come on back. I didn't mean it. Come on.
I don't need people to make fun of me. That's why I'm on the internet. So make fun of me.
I'll have Sparky make you more heroin. I yell into the hallway as she's leaving.
I stop.
Sparky loves to make heroin. I am going
to stop.
This sounds strangely illegal.
Yeah, so Speedy Dad kind of like stops, pauses for a second, and then comes back and sits down on the sofa, pouting. After he sits down, sits
another round of heroin.
Anna, don't forget to move your character.
We're both gonna need some.
Oh, right. I was on my other screen. I'm still on the island.
Do I need to move me or something?
Did I forget? Oh, I completely forgot. Yeah, I left you guys on the island. There you go.
Hey, Thomas, don't forget to move us.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, so
another round of heroin. Make it a double.
Yeah, so I'm sitting down and I'm sulking.
Was it alcoholic beverage? So, tell your buddy, I just faced my own name. Wreckage! Tell your buddy Wreck all about it.
But honestly, I think the only part that's really important is that there are voices coming out of the vents. And it was before I had the heroin. So it's not just because of the heroin.
Are you sure it was before you had any drugs? Have you had any other drugs today?
Well, I mean, that's a moot point. But nothing that would cause hallucinations.
How much did you do the drugs?
It was just a little bit of weed. It was fine.
No, that doesn't make you hallucinate. Okay.
And to be fair, most of it was pond weed. So they were coming out of the vents while I was checking the closet for how much clothing I could fit in there.
Why do you have a foot in your back pocket?
It itched. It's easier to scratch up here. He proceeds to scratch his foot in his back pocket. And then take it out of his pocket.
Pull it out and use your teeth?
Yes.
Ew.
And begins using his teeth to bite off his toenails.
Oh, Anna!
Oh. Wreckage begins to retch.
Hey, dude, I'm an android. It's clean. Fish.
You walk on it. It's not clean.
I had shoes on.
Master.
Yes, Sparky. What do you want?
Sparky asked the replicator to make drugs, and the replicator made robot drugs. Sparky is having good time now, Sparky thinks.
Oh dear.
Sparky's spinning around in circles. Ah, dude, what type of drugs did it give you? Let me have some.
That's true, you might like robot-ish.
Sparky hands you what looks like a flash drive, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And Sparky's like,
I'm
it is called the Mushroom of Fun Times or some such. Sparky cannot remember now, but it is some good stuff, man. Wayne, we need a word, the S word for poop. We need one of those. Come up with it. This is your job, Wayne. This is your one job.
Yep. So Speedy Dad's gonna open a panel on his arm and put the flash drive in.
So it's cool if I come up with the words by next play session, right? I don't have to do it right this minute.
We can wait. Probably.
But wait, I'll need a copy of said list.
Yeah, put it on.
Sounds good.
Put it on Google Drive or something. Just make a doc. All right, so you've plugged it into yourself. You immediately start feeling a mixture of euphoria and dizziness.
Nice. Speedy Dad's gonna kind of just lay down on the sofa and prop his feet on top of Wreckage's head. Well, foot. And he's just gonna be like, "Oh, dude, talk about the good stuff." Oh.
Yeah, this replicator sure does know some good drugs for robots. Sparky thinks that perhaps this replicator has been creating them for itself. I would not trust any food it creates. Just saying.
I looked suspiciously at all those muffins.
Yeah, so Speedy Dad's, very distracted.
Very
distracted. Plunk it. And I just go back to working on my bombs, mumbling to myself with intermittent prompts and other words included.
You find that pretty difficult with a robot and an android kind of hanging on you and being all buddy out of nowhere.
Speedy Dad's did I
thought they were just melting into a pile of ecstasy on the floor.
Did I ever tell you, Wreckage, that you're my favorite rat-shaped person? I love your ears. They're so cute.
I am not cute.
Speedify is petting your ear / flicking your ears.
You're so much better than a trash panda, man.
It's obvious that I'm kind of it's obvious that I kind of like the sensation, but I instantly try to bat your hand away and act like it's an annoying thing.
You're just like a Ferengi. That's what gets you aroused.
Dun, dun, dun. All right.
Speedify's.
Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. I was just going to go ahead.
Where is the USB port on Speedy Die?
It's on my arm, about at an injection site. Yeah.
So
it's kind
I
of
reach up and I grab the USB thing.
He already downloaded it.
And I yank it out.
Okay.
Does it work?
So yes, it does. Pretty quickly, sensation is returning to Speedy Die's extremities. But it's still kind of after effects. Somehow this does very largely simulate an actual drug. So it's you're not getting any worse, and you're starting to get better, but it's not just an on-off switch.
Yeah. So Speedy Eye's kind of backing off a little bit, but is still just kind of really trying to play with your ears.
I jump as high as I can.
They're pretty cute, so if you want to...
And I try to knock Beauty Die over by just like boink with my finger on her forehead. Its forehead.
That is very easy.
Beauty Die is now on the floor. And it's like, did you know that you can smell the color 9? It's my favorite color.
Sparky,
what did you say?
But 9's not a color.
Shut up, Sparky.
Can't smell a color.
We should have named Sparky Wesley.
Yep.
Shut up, Wesley.
Speedy Die is now like pulling out their
USB thing in Sparky.
Say what?
Is there a similar USB thing in Sparky?
Oh yeah, and you know exactly where all of Sparky's ports are. You kind of designed it.
That sounds naughty. I pull out the USB that's in Sparky.
Okay, Sparky kind of shudders.
And I crush both USBs under heel.
Sparky kind of like shudders and then starts like crawling back toward the replicator, being like, I love drugs so much. I love robot drugs so much.
Just gotta support the replicator, dude.
Gonna get more.
Did you hear the part where I crushed USBs under heel?
Yeah, but Sparky's just gonna go make more.
He's crawling back toward the replicator.
I just want to make sure you knew. So I did that, and then I'm going to. I have a gun, right?
Yeah.
This will not end poorly.
That's a ding.
I'm going to shoot the replicator.
Okay. Yeah.
Dude,
It's
your
a
bell
stationary.
is going to be so expensive.
It's a
What was that?
stationary. She said that your bill is going to be super expensive. You're going to have to pay for that replicator.
I know what she said. I asked what you said.
Oh, I was going to say it's a stationary target, so shooting it is going to be very easy if that's actually what you want to do. As you point the gun at it, like its screen lights up with a very like a face that goes like, and it looks like it's got its hands up in front of it. It goes, doesn't shoot me.
What the heck are you making yourself drunk?
It's a sentient machine. I've never seen one of those before.
Shut up!
Sparky, if you take if you roll 1 inch closer to that replicator, I will blow it to Kingdom Come.
Sparky's like,
Sparky wants to go to Kingdom Come.
I'll blow it to space.
Kingdom Come. Sparky wants to come in Kingdom very much. And the replicator goes,
What?
The replicator goes. That's what Sparky says. Sparky is extremely on drugs right now. So the replicator, you hear over the room speakers, user, not what name did you use when you logged in to the hotel? I'm assuming not your real name.
Ian Bolster.
User, Ian B. It is unnecessary to cause damage to this hotel. All damage will be paid in full by user Ian B. If you wish to no longer receive replicator services, it is possible to deactivate the replicator through your Moon of Sleep app found on the phone store on the internet. It doesn't actually say that, but the basic, whatever the HoloNet app store is.
I holster my gun and I pull out my space thing.
Your communicator, I believe,
that
you
lets
have
me get the
mounted
app.
on your wrist.
Okay. So anyway, alright, so I don't even put my pistol away. I just twist my arm so that I can see the screen on my wrist, and then I do my thing so that it turns it off.
Okay, you have to go down You have to go to the store. You have to download an app. It asks for location.
Okay, I'm doing all those things.
It asks
I'm
for
doing all the things.
Yeah. It asks
So
for location access.
Do you want to give the app permission to track where you are?
So it has
No.
deny, and enable.
I click deny.
Okay, it asks for access to your entire list of contacts.
Deny.
Okay, you deny that. It then asks for you to provide the circumference of your anal sphincter.
Denied.
It then requests for you to give it to provide your species and sexual orientation.
I'll plonk it and I shoot the thing.
Yeah. So you blast it. And
How close was Sparky to it by this point? I assume he kept moving while I was downloading the app and everything.
Yeah, he's like 3 feet away from it when you shoot it, and it kind of like goes up, and Sparky goes, "Ah, the replicator has become fireworks. Sparky is much sad."
Sparky?
Yes, master. I am Sparky. What is Sparky to do for you?
Get over here.
Sparky
Get over here.
Sparky comes, and Sparky like rolls up into a ball and like kind of like starts rolling sideways toward you.
As soon as he's close enough to reach,
Yeah, kick him in the club.
I find his off switch.
Do you actually make it that easy to shut Sparky off? Just saying, if you do this, it's going to be set in stone that Sparky has a switch that you can just flip with your finger.
I use my brain and turn him off. How about that? Because I can do that, right?
Yeah, you can control him using your cortex.
I can control him with my brain.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that. I just turned him off with the power of my brain.
Okay. Sparky shuts down and he goes, "Sparky loves master." Clunk.
Ew.
Someday I need to reevaluate the fact that I gave him emotions.
Speedy Pie is now jumping on the sofa trying to catch butterflies.
You are way too dizzy for that. Sorry, Speedy Die.
Okay. Speedy Die is laying on the sofa trying to catch butterflies.
Where did the butterflies come from?
They're imaginary.
Oh, okay.
Speedy Die.
Yeah? Yeah? Yeah, what's up, my best buddy?
Take me to where you heard the voices, please.
Speedy Die is like, okay, buddy. Stands up and passes out.
So what did Speedy Die say? You did say that they were in your room in the vents, right?
Yes, I said I was
and I know
by the closet. I said I was by the closet checking how much clothes I could fit in there, and I heard voices in the vents. That is what Speedy Die said.
I'm going to go to Speedy Die's room and see if I can get in.
Okay. Speedy Die probably didn't lock their room. Well, actually, did you have the foresight to steal Speedy? Well, you'd need his communicator, so do you want to just drag Speedy Die with you? Because the room key is essentially the communicator.
Would it be possible for me to just throw Speedy Die over my shoulder?
It would be possible for Sparky to carry Speedy Die. If he weren't.
But you'd have to turn him back on.
Well, I have to turn Sparky back on and then get him undrugified. So
maybe you just need to reboot
Would you like to just? Yeah, I was about to say, would you like to reboot him or like kind of go through his code and clean it up?
Yeah, let's do that. I'll do that with my mind.
All right, that takes you. That's a matter of like 15 minutes, maybe. Sparky, this is not his first foray into mind-altering substances.
Altering strings.
It might have something to do with the person that built him.
So as you're going through the code, you're looking at it. You're spotting these very familiar-looking alterations from these robot drugs, and you suddenly have a flashback, and you're sitting in a hallway. Gunfire is blasting around everywhere, and you're shouting into your communicator, "Sparky, Sparky, you dang ba-ding-ding! I told you to get your glob-lobs up on the roof and set off the explosives. What are you doing?" "Master, I am setting explosives on the roof." "Which roof?" "I don't remember." Ha 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 ha. And then a blaster bolt blasts through a corner of the wall that you're pressed up against, and you feel a sharp pain in your shoulder, and you suddenly come back to in your hotel room, and as you look down at your shoulder, that is a scar that very much exists on your real body.
Dun dun dun!
After a couple of moments of glaring and possibly panting from the excitement of that flashback, I say something to the effect of, "It's a shame you don't have a mother, because I would accuse her of never having been married." And then I kick him in the glob.
Yeah, it's a very metallic boing, and then you just you're hopping around on one foot for a couple of minutes because his glob-lobs are literally balls of steel.
There's buns of steel too.
Yeah. So it's a few more minutes. You get the code cleaned up. It seems just strangely familiar, like you'd done this before, and so you're quickly able to identify the areas that need correction, and then you are ready to reboot Sparky whenever you want.
Sparky, activate.
You. Oh, Master, it is good to see you. Sparky remembers vaguely having been a great disappointment. Sparky is sorry. Sparky will now kiss your feet.
Sparky, stop kissing my face. Come on, get off my feet.
Okay, Master.
I kind of kick at him.
Sparky will desist with the foot kissing. What can Sparky do for Master?
I need you to drag Spooty Die down to Spooty Die's room so that we can get into Spooty Die's room and find out where the voices Spooty Die was hearing came from.
How many times can you say the word Spooty Die in one paragraph?
Apparently a few more, because I'll do it next week on a whole new episode.
Sparky is happy to do such a thing, though Sparky wonders, why drag Spooty Die? Sparky is strong enough to carry Spooty Die.
I want that bastard to feel every bump.
Alright, fine. Carry Spooty Die. I don't care how you get him down there. You can carry him by his ding-ding.
It doesn't have a ding-ding. It has no gender.
Sparky is still unclear on the existence or non-existence of Spooty Die's beding-ding. Sparky will rather use a traditional fireman's carry, as that seems more convenient. Is Wreckage okay with this plan of action?
Yes.
Very good. Sparky will now comply, and Sparky goes over and scoops Spooty Die off of the bed. Okay, you guys continue down to the room, I would assume?
Uh-huh.
Okay, as you progress, you notice that you are definitely going to the nicer part of the hotel. I don't know how jealous that makes you, but it's a thing. And
it's probably less than jealous, and more that I'm looking around to see if anybody looks like they might have left their door ajar.
Yeah, no, sorry.
since
All
it's
of
a
them are
nicer
still
part.
very much doors. None of them are jars. I'm sorry. So yeah,
Can
Sparky.
you guys hear Wayne's
Can you hear my?
exercise ball? Stop rolling around!
Wayne. Yes, I can
I'm
hear
trying
the
to
ball.
keep it up.
So you guys arrive in front of Speedy Die's door.
I'm trying to keep it up, but it keeps rolling everywhere. Right. Okay, we're at Spewdy Die's door.
Yes, you are.
Okay. I use Spewdy Die's thingamajig to open the whatchamacallit.
Okay, easily done. So the door slides open, and you are free to enter.
I do so cautiously, with pistol drawn.
Okay. So you hear just very faintly out from the air vents, just another one comes this way. What knows? A firework such as him burns twice as bright if lit at both ends. Will he make it, or will he burn out before the conclusion? Yes, indeed, that is a question which Bad Fuzzle very much wishes to know the answer to.
Which one who?
Bad
Fuzzle?
Yes, he said Bad Fuzzle.
I follow the source of the sound? Or like follow the sound to try and find the source?
It is the main air vent into the room.
Can I fit into the air vent?
Yes, you would barely fit if you were to detach the air vent so that you could gain ingress.
I gladly do so.
All right. Yeah, it opens up, and now without that kind of muffling it, you can hear the laughter even more clearly. Oh, so much pain in this one. Does he truly know who he is? Does anyone know who they truly are?
I enter the vent
Okay, you do
and
so easily
proceed
enough.
to follow the sound.
It's super easy. You just turn left, and then right in front of you is a pair of glowing red eyes and a watermelon-shaped head full of teeth.
It's a goblin! Sorry.
It is good to meet you, Senor Rat. I don't believe I've had the honor, though I have met your friends.
My friends?
Oh, yes, the slender android and the green one. A
Oh, you
true
mean my crew?
sapling her, grown in fresh soil, but indeed, soil is only so good as those who care for it. Perhaps it shall stay fertile, or shall it meet a fitting end as it burns away with the acid of time? Oh, we shall see. Yes, we shall.
I've never known a goblin wax poetic or such, I don't know, word for some kind of animal excrement.
Oh, Bad Fuzzle certainly is different from the others. Oh, yes, but Bad Fuzzle has seen things. Bad Fuzzle, oh, he knows things.
And what do you know? And what do you see?
Oh, Bad Fuzzle can only tell you so much. It is too soon for Bad Fuzzle to reveal all to the heroes. But you are destined to see and shape great things. Oh, you know not yet the degree to which your fate is tied to that of others, and indeed to this entire solar system, and perhaps the universe. But you shall find out in time, much as I feel you shall discover who you are. For you exist in a void now, do you not? Oh, you have a present, you have a short past, but who are you? Do you know? Do I know? Ooh, yes, Does the great whale know? These are questions. Questions that may or may not have answers. Though Bad Fuzzle has said too much already. Bad Fuzzle must stop now.
I grab either side of his watermelon-shaped head and try to find the ears. I presume they have... Do they have ears or just holes? I
Goblins
forget.
have ears.
Okay. Yes,
They're large ears.
They have the large ears,
Yes.
the elf-looking ears.
Yes, they
but
have large
green.
pointy ears.
Okay, I grab those and I start dragging him toward the door of the vent.
Oh, ow! Why does the brat carry on so? He only needs ask and Bad Fuzzle will join you, at least for the time being. Oh, you're pulling very ungently, my friend.
If we're going to talk, I don't want to do it in this vent.
Well,
so if I let you go, will you come peacefully?
Oh,
all right.
For the time.
What are you doing hiding in a vent anyway?
You know very little if you think that my kind is welcome to wander the streets openly.
Oh, you scared the whatever that word we're going to use out of my friend earlier, or my my crew member earlier today.
Oh, he said he's my friend.
I do apologize. I had no intention of scaring anyone. Bad Fuzzle often comes across as a bit strange when you don't know him.
You can say that again, brother.
Alright, so the two of you are now standing openly in the room. Well,
Good.
I am here. We are no longer in the vents, as you so asked. I am willing to answer some questions, but I must say, as I pointed out earlier, I can only say so much and no more. Afterward, I shall return, and I shall see you anon and perhaps later.
How long have you been watching us?
Oh, that depends. What dost thou mean by watching? Is watching merely a state of mind, or is it a physical act? Oh, Bad Fuzzle isn't sure on that one.
What can you tell me, or what can you tell me about our past, my past?
Yes, great turbulence is in your past. You perhaps know a bit more of it. It was not a peaceful existence, nor was it easy. Brought up in dirt and pain and very much suffering, though perhaps not as much as some. You have turned against some, and largely you have succeeded in gaining your vengeance, or so you had thought, but perhaps not so thoroughly as you might have wished toward the end.
The out of character, the aliens that sent us here, what were they called?
Aliens that sent you here? Do you mean the what did I the patron?
Yeah.
It is one alien who sent you specifically, and
right.
It is a female Elibrian who is an undead creature. They have their own planet.
What can you tell me about the Elibrian that sent us here, and what their motivations are for sending us here?
Well, Elibrians are a complicated lot. They have no death, and yet they can die, perhaps. But they live long lives, and their motivations are as complex as their inner workings. Their social circles are very, what's the word? Very Byzantine, and they always search for some advantage, though there are a few honorable among them. I would caution you to be careful of the Elibrians, though some will certainly provide you with important information and prove pivotal in your upcoming adventures.
You speak sometimes of the future as if you already know what's going to happen.
Oh, Badfuzzle knows some things, and not all things, but a few, as certain things are revealed to Badfuzzle, largely in the night, or occasionally as he walks along, attempting to eat a chicken, or perhaps a watermelon, and then plonk! It's all over for poor Badfuzzle, while the others are ravenously feasting their faces off. Badfuzzle must lie on the ground and twitch, but Badfuzzle has learned to deal with it.
Aw, poor Badfuzzle.
Well, would you like to come make yourself at home in my room for a time? Maybe when the rest of us are available, there will be more questions that we could ask of you.
Badfuzzle believes he may have spent too long already. I must go now, though you shall see me again, I believe, though maybe perhaps not in such a useful state.
Where are you going? Where do you stay?
Oh, Badfuzzle lives with the other goblins on the station. We are here and there. We must avoid the station security and the cleaners. We are seen as a nuisance, and perhaps seen rightly as such.
Is there anything else you could tell me that might be useful?
Oh, there are many things that Badfuzzle might tell one that could be useful, but would they be useful truly? Badfuzzle isn't sure.
I just kind of roll my eyes and tap my foot and say, well, you have nothing more to say, I guess. Wait a minute. What's keeping you here? We can make you answer any questions we want to ask.
Oh, one might think that, but you could be wrong. Do you really wish to test?
I suppose not.
Very good. I shall see.
Well, thank you for whatever you've told me.
Oh, yes. You shall find out. Badfuzzle knows many things, and you shall learn many more. Perhaps by the end you shall be even wiser than Badfuzzle. And he just starts slowly backing into the vent. And after a few seconds, you see his glowing eyes kind of disappear as he goes around the corner again. Speedy Die, did you wake up like halfway through that? Right at the end of that?
Yeah, probably about halfway through. But honestly, was still a little bit not feeling great and terrified.
Probably just assumed you were too high. I mean, you're probably used to seeing stuff like this.
Yeah.
Or something like this.
Yep. Alright, so
dude,
you and Sparky and Speedy Die are alone in a room. Speedy Die's room.
Come on, Sparky, let's get back to our room and see what's going on with Speedy Die.
Speedy Die is in his room with you guys.
Oh!
You dragged me, remember?
Sorry, I got confused. Yeah, I got confused. So, Speedy Die! Have you ever seen that thing before?
So the answer to that is yes. You would remember. You would remember that goblin as one of the ones who sicked a robot on you and told you guys that you were heroes and needed more experience.
Yeah. So, yeah, I may know that guy a little bit. I'm gonna pull up the footage of that fight and stuff and show it to Speedy Die. Or show it to Wreckage. So he's now fully caught up with that whole thing.
What whole thing?
When Speedy Die and I fought the robot.
The goblin said we were the heroes and we needed to be stronger and stuff. Cool. Yeah, so, yeah, that's that guy. Good to know you saw him too.
Well, now you know you were hearing voices, so maybe you can stop banging on my door when I'm making bombs.
No, that probably is illegal.
I'm gonna pretend I didn't just hear that, and you're gonna pretend you saw nothing. That I came over very calmly and told you that, we found out about the voices together. Yeah, that's gonna be our story, and I didn't interrupt you making bombs.
Okay, that's what you want. Okay, sounds good. Sparky, come on, let's go.
Very good, Master. Sparky is to following.
Did Sparky get drugs from Speedy Die's replicator?
No, Sparky just talks funny sometimes.
Speedy Die is going
So we
to
head back to
look over the footage of the past while and delete most of it.
Okay, cool. And then probably head to bed.
Yes.
Yeah, you've got a bit of a hangover.
Can I say that somewhere in there, while Speedy Die was unconscious, I made a copy of all the recording that happened up to the point that I made the copy?
No.
Doggone.
But you can have drawn a mustache on his face with permanent marker.
You also can go on the HoloNet and look at his videos that he's posted. I mean, not all of that's on there, but some of it probably is. The parts that are less about Speedy Die being on drugs.
I am going to go on to SpaceTube and watch all the videos that Speedy Die has posted since we have met Speedy Die.
Okay. And Kima.
And that's probably how I spend...
Go ahead.
Sorry. I was just going to say that's probably how I spend the rest of my time
800 hours?
They get back.
Yeah.
Because Speedy Die posts a lot.
Yeah. So, Kima, you and May head up to your room. I would imagine you have a wonderful evening of very romantic and passionate lovemaking.
Yes.
Speedy Die, the camera kind of moves into the very darkly lit room where Speedy Die is sprawled out on the bed. How many of your limbs have you taken off at this point?
Well, like my foot and my right arm was uncomfortable, so I just took it off,
Okay.
My left foot and arm, like my left foot and leg are propped, nicely in the corner. My right arm, on the other hand, because it was uncomfortable, I just tossed it.
Tossed it where? Like off?
On the floor. I just threw it off the bed.
Cool. Just don't take both your arms off. It might be hard to get them back on at that point. Like, I don't know how that works. You just roll around on the floor until you pick it back up, I guess.
Yeah, something like that.
I'm sure Speedy Die has found this out before, because you have to have done it at some point.
Oh, yeah.
How do you get them off, though? Are they, magnetic?
That's a good question.
That would be bad. You get into a fight with this robot and its arms just fall off.
Yep. As the camera pans past Speedy Die, we can see out the window into the courtyard and the buildings past it. And then we see a dark figure against the window. And they place something against the glass, and you see it cuts out a circle in the glass and gently pulls it out and enters through the window. This dark figure is then followed by 3 other figures, all holding weapons. They look around the room and quickly spot Speedy Die, and one of them comes over holding some sort of cloth in its hand and kind of pokes at Speedy Die and then pokes again and then puts the cloth away back in its pocket. And the figure kind of covers Speedy Die's head in a bag very suddenly, pulling it closed, and throws Speedy Die over its shoulder. And the other figures look to be heading back out the window when the lead figure who came in first kind of motions toward the bed and says something very quietly, and one of the other figures then runs over and grabs Spooty Die's foot, which was sitting on the bed, and then scuttles back over, and all of them hop back out the hole in the window, and sliding down some sort of a grappling hook, which has been attached to the building just above the window, they disappear into the night. We then cut to the next morning, with Spooty Die being uncharacteristically absent from the breakfast table. Wreckage and Kima and Lynn Dragonsong have all made their way to Spooty Die's room, asking the building security to let them in. After a lengthy scene, which will probably play out tomorrow, convincing her that they actually know Spooty Die, she opens the door, and you can see just Spooty Die's hand lying on the floor. We cut to their shocked faces, and then from their shocked faces, we fade into a scene in a dark, dirty room. Spooty Die, or at least someone with a bag covering their head, dressed suspiciously like Spooty Die, is tied to a chair. There is a large lizard figure, which you guys would know is I've forgotten what they're called. The space Klingons. Vesk. A hulking Vesk figure is standing behind the bed, the chair, I mean, and they reach down. Well, it's pretty obviously masculine, reaches down, unties the bag at the bottom. You can hear Spooty Die kind of like yelling or mumbling something, and the bag is jerked hastily off of their head. Spooty Die blinks against the light, and as it resolves, you see a human figure with a number of tattoos, and let's see. I'm trying to remember what augments she has. Anyway, tattoos. She's fairly pale, and she looks down, and this far too wide grin spreads across the figure's face, and she says, "Oh, sweetheart, you're finally home again. It's gonna be so good being reunited. You really shouldn't have run away like you did. This time, I hope you'll stick with me like you should. You and me, together forever, to be continued."
Dun dun dun!
All right.
That's a little disturbing.
Wop, 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 wop. So let's do our wrap up. Kima, what did you learn?
Let's see. I guess not to punch people in the face with weapons first time they annoy you?
Well, you didn't use your weapons, but...
I know, that's why I said not to use my weapons. There was a long discussion about that?
Yeah, well, you just don't use weapons unless you're actually planning to kill or injure them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing.
Oh!
Alright, Wreckage, what did you learn?
Never work on explosives without wearing something that's going to block the sound of a person randomly banging on your door if you don't want to risk blowing up your face.
Well, what if an assassin is sneaking up behind you and you don't hear them because you're wearing headphones? And then you get shot.
Okay, fine. Goblins that try to be wise are really annoying.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate. And Spooty Die, what did you learn?
Spooty Die learned that the goblins know more than they're letting on, and know more than they probably should.
I want to change mine.
Okay.
I know that at some point in my past, Sparky probably got me killed or severely injured.
Yep.
Sorry. Go ahead, Speedy Die.
And Speedy Die also learned that the replicator makes really good robot drugs.
Yep, that is important information. Speedy Die is definitely gonna need that going forward.
Oh yeah, for sure. 100%.
Right. Yeah. Well, thanks everybody for playing with me, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.